Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. Today I'm taking a look at a very simple family style game with a lot of luck. This is Lucky Numbers. In Lucky Numbers, each player has one of these boards. You're going to be attempting to fill that in with numbers, and you're going to be drafting the 4-leaf clover tiles from the center of the table and placing them in a spot as long as it fits. They have to be numerically moving up, so ascending numbers going across as well as going down each column. Very simple. In fact, that's most of the overview right there, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the overview. Let's take a look at it. I'll see you on the other side. Here we have a game set up for 3 players, which means each player is going to have their own board, and we've mixed together 3 colors, meaning the 4th color is not going to be used. What each player is attempting to do is have their board completed, meaning completely filled in, and arranged correctly, so that every row and every column has the numbers ascending, if you're going left to right, and then from the top down, okay? So setup begins like this, with every player picking 4 of them blindly, and then arranging them on those 4 on the diagonal, however they want to, and those spaces are highlighted in gold to let you know they are the starting spaces. And then you are ready to go. This is going to be our start player over here. So on your turn, you do one of 2 things. You take one of the clovers blindly, and you are going to add it, if you can, to an empty spot, following all the legal rules I said. You can replace one and leave that one face up on the table, or you can just set that one aside on the table if it doesn't fit anywhere, okay? And then the other option you have, instead of taking one blindly, is just take one of the ones that's face up on the table and add it to your display, okay? So we're going to begin, like I said, with this player over here. They're going to pull one, they're going to look at it, it's a 1. They cannot legally place this anywhere, because it cannot go here, because it would work this way, but not this way. And same thing over here. So they're going to leave that one face up on the table. Next player is going to go, they're going to replace this 10 with this 1, and then leave the 10 on the table somewhere. This player is going to go, and this player is going to pluck this 10, and they're going to put it right here, because it works after the 6, and it works right before the 11. Great. We come back over here. This player has to take one. They're going to pull this 7, and the 7 is going to be able to go there if they wanted to go there. They might not want to do that. They might want to replace one of these other ones. So maybe they'll replace the 3 with a 7, for example, and leave that 3 right there. Next player is going to get lucky because of that. They're going to take this one and put it right there. This player is going to go next. They're going to take one. They're going to look at it. It's an 8. Okay, well, the 8 can go here. But that does mean that unless I want to change this out, or that 8 later on, the one that's going to go here has to be between the 5 and the 8. However, those of you who are paying attention already noticed, well, that's not really going to work out with a 6 right here. So maybe the 8 shouldn't go there. Maybe the 8 should replace the 6. Right? To give you a little room for something that could logically go there above the 5, but below the 8. And so on, okay? So those are the things you are considering. You continue going, like I said, until someone has completely filled in their board, and then whoever does that first is the winner of the game. That overview really should be enough for you to know whether this is something for you or not, or perhaps something you want to give someone as a gift. And I think this is a very giftable game. It's a low price point, very bright, attractive, easy to get into. And I think for non-gamers especially, or younger players, this is going to be a good one. So let's talk about it, okay? We'll start with the theme and the setting at the top. Well, it's an abstract game, really, but the theme is luck. The game has a lot of luck in it. It does have the 4-leaf clovers in it, so the package comes together, and I think it tries to make sense of what's happening in the game, and overall I think it succeeds. Nothing here gets in the way of a pleasant, straightforward teaching and gaming experience. The aesthetics. One of the things you might not be able to pick up on from the overview is the quality of the cardboard, and it is very good. It's sturdy cardboard. These player boards here are just absolute slabs of cardboard. Very sturdy, great. And then the tokens themselves, same thing. Same material, same thickness. These are going to take a lot of punishment. I do wish they would have included a drawstring bag or something, so that you could set up the game a little more quickly and just have it be a little bit easier to get going. As it is right now, if I want to play with, say, 3 players, then I'm going to mix 3 of the colors, right? I have them separated here by colors. So I might do, 1, 2, 3. I have to dump all these into a pile, sort of shuffle those up, and then make sure they're all face down on the table. If I had a drawstring bag, I could just pop each of these open, dump them in there, shake that bag, and start passing that around, and we're done. So you could provide your own, of course, but that seems like something that would have helped. I know you kind of lose the theme of there being a bunch of 4-leaf clovers on the table, but I think worth it for the time you gain. Not that the game is long, but it still would be even faster that way. The replay value, it's definitely the same thing every time, right? But the game feels breezy, it feels quick, it feels very welcoming, so I think as long as you're not burning out on the game, if you put this away for a while, come back to it, when you play, you're going to have a good time with it each time. I did. I had a good time playing the game. So I think the replay value isn't good, but it's not terrible. The game arc, well, sometimes at the end of the game, that luck becomes very overpowering. And it's possible for someone to walk away from the game having kind of a bad taste in their mouth because they got ahead of the other players. But then as you are looking for that one final tile, I need something between a 14 and a 19 to fill in the last spot. I'm just not drawing it, right? So I pluck one, it's a 3, can't use it, put it on the table, this player takes it, now they're one tile closer to me. I grab another one, it's an 11, can't use that. That player takes that, now they're closer to gaining on me. Of course, that works backwards. They might take one they can't use, and it's the one I need. And it does, there's fun there. That idea of, grabbing a tile and going, oh, didn't get what I need. Or, plucking just a perfect one. And then you're very happy about that. But I could see folks finding the luck near the end of the game especially just so strong. It destroys any semblance of, strategy that you might have tried to accomplish throughout the game. So I could see folks not enjoying that. Ease of play. Extremely good. And again, at the end of the game here, there's 2 things you need to be concerned about. Quality of the components, so that if this is given to a younger kid, you're not going to worry about, oh boy, they're going to wreck it, okay? And the ease of play, which is very high. Short rule book, super clear, very straightforward play. So that's no problem. Lastly, tactics, luck, strategy. Yes, I mean, the word lucky is in the title, so you know that. It's very strong. It can be very overwhelming. It's also 20 minutes, though, okay? So there is that. And like I said, ultimately, I did have fun with the game. I don't think it's a classic. I think, in fact, it's a game that feels old, and it is old. This is the game that was originally published in 2012, okay? Reprinted now in this edition. It's a game that feels like Racco in many ways, an old classic from decades ago. So I don't think it's revolutionary by any means. And I think ultimately it is an average gaming experience. But if you need a game that is very simple, very straightforward, well constructed, it's going to hold up to, repeat plays based on its construction alone, very welcoming, attractive, and bright, this is not a bad pickup. And it's definitely a good gift, right? Because it's inexpensive and it's a lovely looking game. So there you go. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Now, a couple of other minor things I want to talk about here. It does have a solo, quote unquote, solo mode, which is really just a booklet here with puzzles. Okay? They look like that. You're supposed to set it up, and then they tell you how many moves you should be able to fix it in. You might be able to do it in fewer, but that's as many as you get. This is okay. This feels very much like an app. Having to set up all the tiles to then move 3 of them and go, I solved it. Okay, what's the next setup? It's definitely an activity, right? So it's not really a solitaire mode of the game. It doesn't feel anything like the base game, the normal game. But it's a nice little extra addition. I guess if if you want to mess with it, then you can do that. It's in there. I don't think it adds a lot of value, though, honestly. It feels more like something that you would relegate to the app if this had an app. So that's it. Lucky Numbers is going to get from me a 6 out of 10. Like I said, it feels like a classic experience, and by that same token, then it's an experience you might have had already. It's one that feels in many ways average, but it is enjoyable, and I had a good time with it. That little moment of drawing something and getting just the right thing is fun. I don't care how old you are or how many games you've played. So, Lucky Numbers, 6 out of 10 from me. My name is Z Garcia, everybody. Thanks for checking this out. I'll see you on the next one.